Welcome back to the channel. Happy 4th of July. What better way to celebrate than by putting out the final, finally I'm doing it, the America Chavez Ultimate Showcase. And this is going to be for the year 2024. I'm going to show her unawakened. I'm going to show her against opponents with buffs. I'm going to show her against opponents without buffs. We're going to do questing. We're going to do war. We're going to do battlegrounds. All the things that you might want to know and learn about America Chavez. Yes, she is one of my favorite characters. That's literally 2 America Chavez dolls right behind me. But she is also one of my favorite players, probably my favorite champion to play in MCoC, although Wolverine Weapon X is making a run and so is Kushala. But those are for different videos. I'm probably going to misspeak because I'm just so excited. If you want to learn to do what you just saw behind me, what I just did to that Hulkling, join me for the next 25 minutes. Let's have some fun here for the Ultimate Showcase, right? All right, I have broken this down and I'm going to show you her unawakened. There's so many myths about America Chavez. And so we're starting off with this. And I wanted to show you, I'm going to do a lot of fights that you all have never seen, have not been in other videos here. I wanted to make sure that that's what we had. This is a rank, I believe she's rank 2 at this point. This is going back a ways before Battlegrounds would show everything. But she is absolutely unawakened. So let's get that out of the way right now. Does she need to be awakened? You watch this, you let me know what you think about this, right? We're gonna go against this infamous Iron Man, and what I wanna showcase here is how we're gonna use the SP2 to heal back. I'm gonna end up making a mistake at some point. I took notes on all of this before I put it together. Yeah, there we go. So we're gonna cancel out our heavy. Watch, I wanna show you this to you right here, because I'm gonna refer to this multiple times in this video. The heavy has 3 hits. You can cancel it or cancel it out after the first, the second, or the third, or let it finish going to the third. We're gonna cancel it after the second, which is going to make us heal back, right? And just so you can understand, we're gonna regenerate 12% of hit damage. She does do plus energy damage off of it. And you're gonna see me utilize this so many times. It's part of what I love about her. I wanna really explain that, and then I won't stop it for every fight afterwards. So here we go, and watch this, nice heal back. Oh, and it also killed him. It also killed him with all his armor. We're just getting started. All right, there's another, just again, I told you, I'm going to show you, I realize I have every class except for science, right? I didn't want to force something in, but she can take science champions too. Skill champions, one of the most common things skill champions present for us, or nodes are preventing us, right? Tenacity, right? Not only does she not place debuffs, but her stun off her heavy, right, is a passive. Watch this. Kingpin can do nothing about that. Anyone who is shrugging debuffs can't do anything about that. It's only if they're stun immune, okay? So be careful when you're fighting Hercules. Keep that in mind. So we're gonna go in, and then just some basic how-to player. I talked about canceling out your heavy, right? And you can see she's got those 3, and they're called dimensions, right? In the upper left-hand corner. You can see I just activated the Utopian Peril. When you do that into your special 2, you're gonna do plus damage. When you do it after your special, after the second hit of the heavy, you're going to do the heal back. And when you do it after the 3rd hit of the heavy, well, I'll show you that later. It is very, very fun. All right, now we're going to move on to this Rintra, right? And one of the things I really want to emphasize here enough is so often in today's game, nodes or defenders are asking us to knock them down. You got to knock them down. Knock them down with the heavy. Just make sure you knock them down. And it can be really interruptive. I think that's a word. It can really interrupt the flow or the play style of the champion you're using. Well, not America Chavez, because you want to do it anyway. You actually want to get all of your dimensions activated. You can see we've got all of our dimensions activated, canceled out there, I think after the first hit of the special one, or of the heavy there. So we should have done plus some extra plus damage, but Rintra's a tanky boy. He's even got crit resist, and I think some energy resist too. So why do you want to get them all activated? All of the dimensions, right? Canceling out your heavy after the first hit, the second hit, and then letting it go all the way through. Because you're going to get this thing called the Dimensional Energy Infusion. Yeah, it sounds really cool. For each unique parallel dimension on America Chavez, so you can have 3 of these. And each buff on the opponent. That's why so many people think she was only good against champions with buffs. No, you're seeing her literally against champions with no buffs. We lost that, but a 50,000 score, I'll take that. And so for each unique parallel dimension, plus each buff on the opponent, you're going to gain the following benefits. Plus at rank 3, 2,496, so basically 2,500 attack rating and 570 energy resistance. So she has some nice energy resistance too. You can see we're doing a battleground meta here. Let me check my notes. We actually have on plus recoil. So it is nice for her, but she doesn't have any immunities or resistances except for the energy one. And you're getting so much attack rating from your dimensions, right? Each one, we just talked about, each one's going to give you 2,500 basically at rank 3. That like the 40% from her base attack of recoil, it's nice, but like if you want to run her with recoil, go for it. You can heal back from the special 2, or you can just go to your special 3, activate all your dimensions, and you're fine, right? I don't think I ever show that here in this one. The special 3 activates all your dimensions. For some reason, you're having trouble doing it. Now let's move on to this Ebony Maw. Again, this is what I was just talking about, right? Like you can see, I think this is actually ebb and flow knockdown. So not only do you want to be knocking down Maw to interrupt his focus, right? But also, this is literally one of the most popular nodes in war and things like that. Tough questing content, tough battlegrounds, tough war nodes are this ebb and flow knockdown. We don't like nodes like Mighty Charge, things like that. We don't need to worry about any debuffs falling off. She doesn't have damaging debuffs. It's not, her stun is not a debuff, right? I've shown this in so many videos, but it's nice to just do all of this in one thing and talk about all the amazing things that she can do. Obviously, I didn't knock him down enough, so we're gonna have to wait out this falter. That's cool, man. That's cool, Maw. You're helping us heal back up. And now we will go and destroy you. Well, we gotta knock him down and get the Fury. And there we go. Should finish this off and destroy. We will talk about the Awakened ability when I start showing you some of the Awakened ability fights, or with her Awakened. But that's essentially her. The other thing that I think would be really nice to talk about right now is she was great before Strikers were in the game. I think, because I think her buff came out and then Strikers. Oh, I gotta pause this here because this is very important. Strikers have been phenomenal for her because what you're seeing is I'm often canceling out of my heavy with my relic, with the Striker, which is allowing me to get up additional dimensions, which is allowing me to get up my attack, right? We talked about that. You're getting that massive attack rating from each dimension you have up, each individual one, right? You can only get 3, and then you can stack them. It's really cool. And if I can get that with my Striker and get going, then I can get my maximum attack rating even faster. Now, the reason why I pause this is because my favorite counter to America Chavez, like, yeah, of course, like Titania and some of those Science champions, but my favorite non-OP Science champion counter for America Chavez is actually America Chavez. Why is that? Well, the dimensions don't just add attack rating. They all, each of them do their own thing. The last one is called the negative zone, and it reduces opponent's ability power rate by 60%. So watch, when the defending America Chavez goes to throw her special 1, and she should get a power gain, because I have 2 of those negative zones up, look, she is actually going to lose power. Did you see that happen? She should be gaining power, right? That's part of what makes America Chavez so tough to fight. You can see it right here. I am totally controlling her power. It's that ability power rate. You see this all the time against, like, you're seeing me use it against Hulkling, your Hyperions, your Adam Warlocks, which we'll show later in this. But you can use it for any champions like this. Dragon Man, America Chavez, right? You can see I'm not worried about her special ones at all, making me feel very comfortable getting the intercept for this node. And I think we're going to finish her off. Remember, this was a pretty beefy Chavez. Yeah, got her down. Oh, we are awakened now. Actually, I forgot to totally even talk about that. I am sorry. Let's go ahead and talk about the awakened ability very, very quickly. It won't take long. It's very simple. If at least 3 unique dimensions are active, so each of the dimensions are active, America Chavez becomes supercharged, granting the following bonuses. So all you got to do is get all 3 of them up. Just one of all 3. Not hard. You're seeing how quickly I'm able to do that. When that happens, launching a special 2 during a heavy attack, which is what you should be doing anyway for the vast majority of your fights, provides +1 stack of whichever dimension was activated. We're slowly talking about our dimensions, but that's really cool, right? You can see why you would want to do that because you can get them up. They just, each following dimension gets minus 15% duration, and I believe they start for 30 seconds. So they last a mighty long time. And then, this is the scaling part of our SIG, +12 to 50% dimensional energy infusion potency, which brings us back to what I talked about. The dimensional energy infusion potency is the thing that's giving us the plus attack per unique parallel dimension and the plus energy resistance. So if you get all 3 of the unique ones up, you not only, oh boy, not only are you getting those really nice bonuses from each unique parallel dimension, each dimension, but they're also getting stronger, your attack rating and things like that. It's wild, it's wild, it's wild, it's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and move on. That should be the last real pause we do in this. Now, this is our Hulkling. And here's what I want to talk about this, and we're going to kind of evolve what we're going to talk about in this video now, is I spent a lot of time telling you, you want to get up your unique dimensions, right? You want to cancel out your heavy after the first hit, cancel out your heavy after the second hit, and then let it all the way go through, because you're going to get the dimensional energy infusion bonuses, all these things. It's great. But here's what I want to tell you. You don't need to do it. You don't need to do it. And what you want to do is any fight you take her into, you want to think about, why am I taking her into this fight? And then tailor her to it. It's part of what I love about her. Every fight I've ever seen gone wrong against Hulkling, outside of just like, input issues or just terrible play, which happens to me too. It's fine. Is due to power gain. And because Hulkling does have a power gain, right? And it gets going too hard. So what I've learned against Hulkling is I want to keep up the negative zone. It is very important that I always have 2 negative zones. Remember, that's the third hit of the heavy. It's the purple one. And right here, I've got 4 up. The other reason I didn't throw the special 2 here is this was, I think, high energy diet. So my special 2 wasn't going to hit as hard, right? A lot of the big bonuses is energy damage. We talked about that. But you can see I am fully concentrating on keeping the purple zone up, and we have kept Hulkling's power gain completely in check. That was actually a relatively slow America Chavez versus Hulkling fight, as you can see. Now I'm going to show you a faster one. This is like the classic war fight. I took this so many times, but you see this node a lot. Rich get richer, right? It's the current node in Battlegrounds, I believe. So whoever's got more unique buffs is going to be gaining power. This is, again, why are we taking Chavez in for this? Because of her ability to actually invert power gain. Watch this. We're going to get up, or I should anyways, and I think I picked this fight for this reason. We've got 2 of our negative zones up, and now we've got our third. So anytime Hulkling would get a power gain, he's actually going to lose. You see his power actually going down. It's going down due to the node because he has more buffs than me. But anytime he should be getting a power gain from his own kit, he loses it. And as you can see, as you get more comfortable fighting Hulkling and his indestructible, you can demolish them like I just did. What did that fight take? Like 20 some odd seconds? Yeah, 23 seconds. And I think it's clear we're finally awakened at rank 3. Now we're going to go in and fight this Domino, right? Oh, bad, no good. She's going to crit fail stuff. We're going to take crit fail damage. I don't think I remember being able to see the SIG. I think this was before that. But you can see crit fail is happening, right? We've already lost 3% of our health. It's going to happen a few more times. So think about it. What do you think we're going to do? We're going to use our special 2 to heal back up. That's right. That goes back to earlier in the video, and that is called the dark dimension. And when you cancel out of your heavy in the second hit of it, right? So we're going to let Domino stop being lucky here. It's a smart play. Smart Vega. I was feeling smart that day. So here we go. Got a nice little intercept. 1 hit, 2 hits, cancel into our special 2. We're awakened. So we got 2 versions of that dimension, and we heal it all back up. We heal it all back up with the dark dimension, regenerate 12% of hit damage. And I know some of you are like, hey, you haven't explained what it actually does. The dark dimension, that's the one that reflects 40% of hit damage taken as energy damage. Damage is capped at, 1,000. So basically, if you get hit, or when you hit a defending Chavez, that's why you're taking the energy damage there. It's that dark dimension. And then real quick, said I wouldn't pause anymore, but I have to. The Utopian parallel, that's if you cancel after the first hit of the heavy, reduces opponent's fury, armor up, precision, pierce. That was thanks to me. That was my suggestion when she was getting buffed. And cruelty buff potency. The really big one here is fury. You see a lot of cheese videos with this, but also armor up. We'll show this because I'm going to show you some wild stuff too. So here we go. So you can actually invert the armor up, and also you're getting an attack benefit from the armor ups. It's awesome. All right, so here we go. We're going to go in, and I love this. I did this in war all the time. This is one of my favorite things to do. Champions with auto block or something like that, right? Because you're like, how are you going to land your special? This Guardian is going to auto block it, right? Now, we don't need to worry about that today. And why? Because we are going to let our heavy completely finish and then throw our special 2, which makes our special 2 unblockable. That's the negative zone, right? That's the thing that happens with America Chavez when you're fighting her and she goes to an unblockable special 2. So look right here, I want to end this fight. Obviously I could have just, waited, but I'm going to let my heavy completely run out, which activates the negative zone. The special 2, if the negative zone was the last dimension activated, becomes unblockable. And that's how you can take out your friendly neighborhood guardians. All right, now let's go ahead and show Shuri, right? Because I want to show you, we don't need buffs. Like, yes, every once in a while, I don't remember what the meta was for this Battlegrounds meta, but you can see she's got a single Fury buff that goes away pretty frequently. I don't even remember why it's there, whatever. One single buff, right? I think we've shown a couple of fights with champions without consistent buffs, but here it is. Shuri's all about these passive buffs. These are passive armor ups. America Chavez is not doing anything about those, right? It's they're all buffs. She doesn't do anything about passives, so we're not even reducing those when we're hitting. There's nothing about this fight that shouts, "Hey, America Chavez would be good for this." This Shuri with all these armor ups and things like that. I guess now she does have the 3 Fury, so I don't want to hide the ball from you. But what you're seeing, really not that different than if she did not have those Furies. Maybe this fight takes about 5 seconds longer. She's amazing. She's amazing. Jim on Twitter asked me the other day if there was a fight that looked a little shady to him and his friends, and I can understand why. It was against a Maestro, and it was so fast. I was like, actually, if that's a rank 3 Chavez, there's a chance that's real, and I think you're seeing why. All right, now, I hate picking on Viv, right? Viv's a great champion, but she's got all these armor ups. She's got all these armor ups. Watch what America does to a champion with all these armor ups, right? If I can, I'm going to get up the Utopian Parallel to reduce the Fury if I can, but Viv does not live long enough for me to actually get that done. Now, all things clear, I do think that was maybe a rank 5 Viv, potentially even a rank 4, but even if you add 40% health onto that, that fight maybe lasts another 5 seconds. Maybe. I think we are now, no, we're still not even in the armor up meta yet. Now we're going against the Maestro. Now this is a rank 3 Maestro, so he's really not going to be getting buffs until he gets his glancing, which will slow things down, right? It's going to can't crit anymore and things like that. So in this meta, I do believe, and I don't recall why, but we are getting these armor up, these Furies. I don't recall how big they were, so just going to have to go with me and trust me. She's a pretty good Maestro counter because she is throwing so many specials, right? He's not glancing the specials. So you saw my special 1 actually do some pretty nice damage there with the crits. And we're just going to be throwing our specials, right? Because keep in mind, I haven't even explained this yet. Special 1, each unique parallel dimension, remember you can have 3 of them, creates a passive power gain effect, generating 40% of a bar of power. So that's why you're seeing me so confidently and happily throw my special 1 if I have my dimensions up, right? So you want to get your dimensions up. You want to end them with the striker, get up a dimension. You want to let your Fury or your heavy fully finish up, get your second dimension, and then throw your special 1. And now when you throw that special 1, you're going to have at least 2 dimensions up, and you're going to get a large 80% of a bar of power gain, which is why you're able to get your special 2 so fast, which is why, again, she's even good for like a Maestro, even with his glancing mechanic. Now we're going in against this Carl. The one thing to really make sure you keep in mind when you're fighting Absorbing Man here is you want to make sure he's out of his magma form if you're going to use your special 2, because he does have so much inner resistance, can really nerf your damage off the special 2. She's hitting so hard though that having him out of Uru is kind of nice too. So it's a bit of a pick your poison, but I prefer to keep him out of magma. And like we said, this is another match where you're wanting to knock the opponent down. You want to knock them down. Now this is a Battlegrounds matchup against an Ascended Hulkling, so this is as big as a Hulkling gets. It's not the War meta or War nodes that I showed you with all that passive gain, a passive power gain. So this is just keep up your negative zone, right? Remember, why are you bringing her for this? What? She's great for almost every fight, but what makes her even better? On this one, it looks like it was definitely the power gain in any Hulkling fight. And I've got the power stings on. I think I'm going to let them fall off, or maybe I'll try to, what do I do here? I think I'm just trying not to lose any health. Yeah, so I'm going to throw my special 3, and I believe the special 3 will finish it off. So this way I don't take any damage back from the power stings in this fight at 100% health. It was a Battlegrounds matchup. So there you go. Obviously, if it's not a power sting scenario, you throw your special 2 in the fight. Hulkling dead. Now it's time for the fireworks, right? And I know a lot of you, hopefully you're like, those weren't the fireworks? No. Now we're going to see her in an armor up meta that just happened in Battlegrounds. So this is adding on buffs. Now remember though, keep in mind, the dimensional energy infusion, that's what's adding all the attack for the unique parallel dimensions, right? And each buff on the opponent, you only goes up to a max of stack of 6. So like 10 armor ups and all that stuff, we can reduce them, right? With the first hit, canceling out the first hit of the heavy, I think it was the Utopian Parallel, we can reduce the potency of those and get them to actually negative, right? But you can only do it 6 times as far as getting the attack rating bonuses. So here we go. We're going in. She's actually, even outside of this, she is a fantastic counter to Serpent because, there's a lot of things that make Serpent difficult, but one of the most difficult things about him is when he has that immortality effect, right? And he gets that big passive power gain. Well, you keep up your negative zone as we talked about, right? And she's going to handle that for you. She's going to reverse it. Totally zeroing out one of the biggest threats of a Serpent. So just keep that in mind. As you're watching this fight, it's really not that much different except for maybe like 3 or 4 seconds of him trying to heal back up, which we're just going to get to our special 2 and demolish him anyway. So, yeah, well, we didn't get enough crits there, so it didn't end. But we should be going in and finishing it right there. 48 seconds. 45 seconds. I believe that was a rank 3 Serpent. I believe it was. We can go back, but this is future Ant-Man, and the armor up meta actually doesn't even matter. She's one of my favorite future Ant-Man counters. Sometimes I let his first armor up fall off, but sometimes I also don't, because it's a bit of a pick your poison sort of thing for future Ant-Man, because if he gets the armor up, not that it's good, but it just makes me hit harder. So you can see, I don't even think we're going to get the chance to throw our special 2. No, and heal that back up. That's fine. We ended the fight in 32 seconds. The meta there, adding the armor ups to that fight, didn't really make a difference. That was just future Ant-Man. Now we're going in against this Wong. I don't recall if he ends up with his dimension, his spell that gives him the energy resistance or not in this fight. But she's even good for this because why? Power gain. One of the most annoying things about any fight, like this is all over the game, nodes, fights, whatever. But against Wong in particular is when he does his heavy watch and his power went the other way. That could have been a really dangerous scenario with a Wong getting close to 3 bars of power, and it's just completely, totally minimized. And he's got 2 armor ups right now, which is giving us an additional almost 5,000 attack rating. And this Wong is going to be put to bed. This is a rank 3 Wong. I hope you're getting that. Like, I really hope you are. It amazes me, and it makes me realize like how long it's been since I guess I've done America Chavez videos, because I was doing a ton of them. If you have like more questions, we're gonna do one more fight. To me, this is the most eye-popping one of them all. If you have more questions, though, you can ask in here, catch me on a stream, or definitely check out my America Chavez playlist. And I think this is something I'm going to do at least annually, is the America Chavez Ultimate Showcase for the year. And we do it every 4th of July, right? Because, all right, had to do another take. Let's go in. This is just such a wild fight. One of the scariest things about Destroyer is if he gets that, or if it gets that power gain, right? So I was going in, and he's still pretty new, so I'm not totally used to their moveset. I'm going to keep up my negative zone just in case bad things happen. One of the things I love about it is you can play so aggressively, because if you make a mistake, you can see what you can do, right? But this is a rank 2 Destroyer, okay? Keep that in mind. It does have the 2 armor up buffs, so, that's going to help us out there. But I'm like, okay, this isn't going exactly great. He's even got some protection stacks now. But I think we're going to be okay, and I'm going to do my best to cancel after the second hit of my next heavy here. And I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to be a-okay. Let's see. Hope we can chunk him down. And he just absolutely dies, and we heal all the way back up to full. It's just... she's wild, guys. There's a reason why I say I definitely feel like she is the best as far as like rank up advice, going to help you with your account, cover a ton of ground, 7-star Mystic Champion. If Doom, it comes out as 7-star, yeah, I guess maybe. But she is absolutely wild. Everything is like contained in her kit. She doesn't even place debuffs. Her stun is a passive. She can get these elongated combos. He was massively helped by strikers too, right? And we showed that so many times here. I absolutely love her. Let me know though, you got any questions? Make sure you check out the America Chavez playlist and let me know. Should we make this an annual thing? Because I think we should. I'll just compile all my best highlights from America Chavez and do this every year. Because I think, honestly, I think as long as I'm playing this game, there's going to be at least one viewer out there who needs to see how great she is. Thank you so much for watching. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Take care.